So a lot of people are intimidated by poaching eggs. Don't be intimidated. It's really not that hard after you just give it a go. So first though, you need to crack the egg in its own little container. That will make it a lot easier to put into your hot liquid. Now we're poaching it in red wine, not in water and vinegar like you might usually do. So it's important to have high quality red wine because the red wine is not just poaching the eggs, it's also the main component of the sauce you're gonna make for the final dish. Doesn't need to be super fancy, but it shouldn't be the super cheap stuff either. So now we want to create a whirlpool in the red wine because that's gonna give the poached egg the nice rounded shape that we want it to have. So create your whirlpool. And once you've got that going strong, you take your egg and dump it in the whirlpool. Yeah. All right, so you've got the wine going in a circle like that. So when you put the egg in the middle, the forces around it go like that. They take the egg whites around itself. Gives us a nice, pretty poached egg. So typically it takes about 3 minutes for an egg to poach. So keep an eye on the time, but also keep an eye on it. You know, listen to what it's telling you. If it hasn't quite been 3 minutes, but it's telling you, hey, I'm done, take it out. Because with poached eggs, you really want that yolk to be runny, right? If you have a hard-boiled poached egg, what? That's not a thing. You don't want that. So make sure that the red wine doesn't boil throughout all of this, by the way, because it's gonna mess up the flavor. And like I said before, it is the flavor of your sauce. With some other things, but you want to keep this red wine delicious. This is looking good. It's ready to come out. So we're just gonna put it here on this plate. Keep a little bit of its juices with it so it doesn't like stick to the plate. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do egg number 2. All right, now let's start on the sauce. For the sauce, you want to start with your butter. So put the butter in there, move it around, have it melt a bit. Let's add the onions and shallots. Do a little mixy-mixy, stir that in, and we have to add the lardons. Can't forget that, very important. Lardon is like a thick cut bacon. We're gonna add the garlic in. And now is the time where if you have fresh herbs, like if you have a rosemary garden out back, throw some sprigs of rosemary in here. Have fun with it, make it your own. Now we want to add the flour because this is going to give it a texture that will be saucy. So you add the flour in and you'll see everything kind of start to come together, to form a bit more. And then, once it hits that point, add in the red wine. You want to add in the red wine kind of little by little because you're going here for the right saucy consistency. So you don't want to overwhelm it and add all the red wine at once. We do little by little. Take your time, have fun with it. All right guys, this sauce is looking really good. Consistency is just how I like it. I think we're ready to put it with the eggs. Oh yeah. So we're just gonna scoop it and add it to our eggs. And then we have our homemade croutons. So easy to make, you guys. You take a baguette, cut it into strips, and then put it in a pan with some olive oil, and you've got these beautiful browned croutons. Good to go. That looks beautiful. I'm gonna dig in. I can't wait any longer. I like to use some of the crouton to help me get that egg. Oh yeah. Let's go for the bite. The lardon gives it this like wonderful savory umami kind of bit. And you guys, the croutons, did you hear that crunch? It's so good. I love this dish. My version of comfort food, eggs poached in red wine. So fun. As always, guys, keep it quirky.